stuck on vacation. It's Y101, Adam and Allison. Yeah, how good does that sound?
Yeah, I want to get stuck on a vacation right now.
So I guess The View was off work last week, leading up to the 4th of July. And Whoopi missed Monday's episode because she was stuck on vacation.
Uh-oh.
She is, I want to say she was in Italy or something. Anyway, there was an active volcano that had erupted. So the airport closed up and she couldn't make it back to the United States in time for Monday's episode of The View.
Oopsies, I just have to spend a little more time in Italy.
She did send a video in that they played.
I will be back as soon as I can. And I know that we got all kinds of stories about our different vacations. Well, I think my story just takes the cake. A volcano ate my homework.
So Whoopi, not on The View because she's stuck with a volcano warning overseas.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't love the volcano warning, but like any chance to extend my vacation, I'm pretty happy.
Well, was it a good or a bad thing? Because I could see it being a bad thing, getting stuck on vacation too. You're missing more work. You're losing out on vacation days. What if you were out of vacation days to begin with? 601-995-1017. Who has been stuck on vacation?
So the only time I got stuck on vacation, luckily, it was before I was in the workforce. It was my senior year of high school.
Okay.
And I was looking at colleges. Texas Tech was pretty much at the top of the list. And so my parents were like, let's go up for a visit and we'll go to one of the football games.
Yeah.
And we brought my best friend with me too, because I was really trying to encourage her, like, let's go to Texas Tech together.
Yeah.
So we went to this football game, had the best time. We were supposed to be driving back at the end of the weekend, and a hurricane blows through Houston, terrible flooding, power outages everywhere. And so my parents call her parents and are like, hey, are you cool if we keep her for a little while? We don't feel like there's really any point coming back to Houston right now with like no power and flooding and things like that. So we got to stay in Lubbock a little longer.
Sweet.
It was awesome.
That's great. It's actually happened to me a couple times that I got stuck on vacation. Oh, yeah. One time it was in 2018, right after the hurricane came through, because you and I were working in the panhandle of Florida at that time.
Yes.
Everything got all messed up. And I had been scheduled to go up north for a wedding, for a family wedding. And then while I was up there, I got the call that I had lost my job because of the hurricane. And so then it was like, well, my flight got canceled to go back because the airport was still shut down. So might as well stay up here for a little while.
Just
see what happens.
Extend that vacation.
And then the other time was in 2020, also whenever I was unemployed, right at the beginning of the pandemic, the day that the NBA like postponed their season.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I had booked a trip up north because I wasn't working, and I was like, well, let's go see my family. Well, then I get up there, and then the stuff really hit the fan with the pandemic and everything, and they canceled my flight coming back. So I think I stayed up there for another 2 weeks or so. But I was like doing on the phone job interviews because I was looking for a job. I thought, oh, this is going to be fine. Maybe I won't even need to go back to Florida. Maybe I can just go straight to Indiana. Well, then the Indiana thing didn't work out. And, well, a short 9 months later, I was gainfully employed as a grocery store employee. Sharing stories about getting stuck on vacation. You'd think it would probably be the greatest thing ever. Mm-hmm. But then whenever you think about all the work that is getting piled up with you on vacation, not back yet.
Or the reason that you get stuck on vacation.
Actually, you saying that reminds me of a story one of my buddies just happened to him recently. Him and his family went out of the country somewhere, Dominican Republic, whatever, doesn't matter. And on the day that they were supposed to leave, somebody in the family got like violently ill. They had to go to the hospital and everything. It was a big problem. I think they got stuck there for like an additional 5 days because then they missed their initial flight.
Right.
Everything else is booked up. So by the time that they were able to actually fly back, they had to wait for seats to be available.
I thought you were going to say what happened to one of my friends when they traveled out of the country. They lost their passport.
Oh, that is one of the most horrifying things. Yeah. I get nervous. I've never been out of the country. I don't even have a passport. But I get nervous that I'm going to lose my ID. And then what do you do? Because obviously, like if I'm in Ohio or something, I can't get a new Ohio ID. I don't live there.
Right.
but I've lost my ID that was valid. So what do I do?
Right. No. And I remember like that person posting cautionary tales to always bring a copy of your passport with you or have it like with someone so that way they can send it to you because they didn't have any proof of the passport at all. So they had to wait like weeks to get some sort of documentation to get back into the United States. It was crazy.
Good morning, Hans. What happened to you?
Junior year in high school, Christmas break. My grandparents live in Buffalo, New York, so I decided to fly up and see them for Christmas.
It's beautiful in Buffalo, New York that time of year.
They lived about 15 minutes off Lake Erie.
All right.
Get up there, and big snowstorm comes in, so all the airports are shut down.
Yep.
So I'm up there an extra 2 weeks. And I'm like, okay, I'm missing 2 weeks of school, no problem. I'm enjoying this. Thought I was. When I got back, I had to make up every bit of that schoolwork.
Yep. Did you have to do any summer school to make up for it?
Oh, no. I stayed like an extra hour
Ooh,
every day from school to make it up. I wasn't going to school during the summer.
Thank you so much for the call, Hans. That actually reminded me of a time that my family and I went to visit my grandparents in Ohio. I was in third grade, and we got out there for just like a long weekend or something. It might have been going into President's Day weekend. And then we got word that the teachers went on strike while we were gone. So there was going to be no school. There was no school for like 3 weeks. So my parents and brothers left me with my grandparents in Ohio for a week and a half or something just because our teachers were on strike.
Oh my gosh.
And then we went to school until I think June 19th was our last day that year.
Ew.
It was the worst.
Ew.
We had no more 3-day weekends. They were gone.
Ew.
Yeah, teachers going on strike really can jack up a school year quite a bit.
Adam and Allison in the morning.